Hello, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful day with us on Live with Lloyd. I am your host, astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn. As you see on the screen, I have my distinguished guest that I'm going to be bringing you. He is in California, believe it or not. So he's a West Coast person, and he is an excellent numerologist. And in fact, this is going to be kind of like a metaphysical week because on Wednesday I'm going to have Clear Washington and she's going to be looking at the astrology component. But right now, you'll get a chance to see what Richard Woods brings to the table with the numerology. A couple of things going on. Let me say this. Okay. I do want to thank you all very, very much. I hope you all had a great weekend. Again, my guest Richard Woods will be joining me in just a literally in within moments. But a couple of things. First things first, and I do need to give the forecast for today. All right, it is Monday, December the 19th of 2022. The sun is in Sagittarius, the moon is in the fixed sign of Scorpio. It's a 9 universal month, a 3 universal week, a 1 universal day, or if you happen to be a Leo, an Aquarius, or an Aries, or born on the 1st, the 4th, the 10th, the 13th, the 19th, 22nd, 28th, or 31st, like my guest that I'm going to be bringing on, that would be about right. So for those, these are the signs that are likely to do well. And listen, because if you're not sign, if you don't see your sign and see your number, that doesn't mean you're not going to do well. So please don't even begin to think like that. That's not that way at all. And before I go to my guests, I want to say these are the people that donated last week. Okay. And I mean, there were so many people coming out the gate. I says, wow. So what I did was I put down everybody's name, and this is my way of thinking. Everybody from Stephanie Butler down to Shayla Royston, okay, SMA. There's so many names, but I wanted to make sure that I gave some acknowledgement. I'm still kind of new to this cash kind of thing, so I'll get that straight. But in the meantime, these were all the people that made donations last week, for which I am very, very thankful. And I want to thank, it's interesting. We're all connected, believe it or not. All righty. And let me explain when I mean that. For example, okay, I was on this guy's show, uh, High Level Conversations, 19 Keys. Well, I was on his show because he saw me on Brother Rich's show. I got on Brother Rich's show because of King Simon's show. So everything is all related. So it ain't just me, Lloyd Strayhorn, and 19 Keys. No, there is always a connection of how things work. And the thing is, we seem to forget how we connect with each other and know the line or chain of how these connections work. So I've been swamped because being on 19 Key, I was at some place today and some lady saw me. She said she just saw the show today for 19 Keys, which is great. But 19 Keys saw me on Brother Rich, and Brother Rich saw me on King Simon. And I got to meet them both, as well as my brother King Simon himself. So we all kind of related, which is why you can't talk bad about people. You never know how your connections work. Well, without further ado, I want to bring on my very distinguished guest from California, Richard Woods. Richard, how are you, sir?
All right, yourself, sir.
Fine, fine, thank you. Well, we are numerologists, my friend. I,
Yes.
I just think I've been doing it a tad longer than you, but other than that, there's more than enough room for countless numerologists as they move forward. What got you interested in numerology?
Well, my mother just wanted to see what was in store for not only herself but me as well. Want to seek direction, so she looked into numerology, looked up or saw someone on YouTube and they mentioned King Simon. Then when she tried to reach out to King Simon for a session, King Simon referred her to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how me, her, and you linked up back in November of 2021.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But even prior to having a session with you, I've read books on numerology, astrology, because having a background in accounting, it dealt with numbers, but it dealt with numbers in the esoteric, almost, well, not almost, but definitely in a spiritual manner, with dealing with the energy and the vibration of the universe. So it was just very intriguing. I always tell this to people, I wanted to go down the rabbit hole, kick the rabbit out, and take it for myself and just get more
That
involved.
sounds selfish to me, Richard, but hey, we all got. I hadn't heard of that one before, but go ahead.
So I've always had an interest in it with numerology, even looking into dreams, dream interpretations, just something so unique, just something that we can't see, but it's like you can't touch it, but you feel it type of sensation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got that. I got that. So, since you've been on this journey, how have you found it?
Found it very interesting. I want to take this to such a almost humanitarian level, to the point that if you want it, I want to be of service to those like seeking the enlightenment and reassure those. I want to reassure the people that have the mindset, I wish I knew then what I know now. I want to reach out to that crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I want to
Mm-hmm.
assure them and clarify that this is a great science, and it will not go against your religion. It's just numbers. It's just number 1 through 9. Whether you can't believe in it, all you can do is just apply it. So there's no need to feel insecure about it going against your religion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just feel like this is so amazing. I have better better guidance on how to approach this year, the rest of this year, next year, 2024, how to position myself, how to arrange plans, how to make moves, how to plant the seeds so it can germinate and so they can um, harvest, like come out and manifest through a harvest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, what we're going to do today, we have a number of people in the queue, as I guess they say. So, Richard is, I'm going to read just a few, but Richard is going to be doing the bulk of the readings. And I don't know what area, because there's so many areas or components to numerology, it's just which one he's going to do. But whatever it is, if there's any things both between both he and I, you shouldn't have a problem whatsoever. Richard, are you kind of ready? Or is
I'm
there
ready.
something else you want to say to get it started?
I just wanted to be that four. By the way, I'm a four person, so the ones that like to think outside the box, like to kick the rabbit out of his own rabbit hole and entertain alternatives.
Well, I
So
tell you this, you brought a new concept to me just minutes before going on the end. I'm saying that's interesting. And naturally, I'm going to explore it. So, the one thing about guests that I have on, they always leave behind a little piece of information that I can take to another level by research or whatever the case is, like that. Um, here's we're gonna start with this person here, Elena Victory. Hey Lloyd, can you do, or in this case, hey Richard, can you do mine? She's 3/11/1980. So what do you glean from that?
well, I'm very amazed with her date of birth because she has the master numbers. But for now, let's just keep it general. So her destiny number would be under the 5. So she would be born under the fifth grade of life. So she was destined to be scientifically inclined, to be expressive in communication and writing, crisis oriented. Very, it's a very popular number, adaptable, a traveler, an adventurer, not a wanderer. So because she's born on March the 11th, her number would be 2. So her best day would be Monday. And her best month would be June going into July. And let me get her personal year that she's in. Very interesting.
How
She's an
so?
A2 personal. Go ahead.
No, I says how so when you said interesting. My thing is like, yo, how so? I'm curious.
Because she's in A2 personal year.
That
So
is
this
absolutely correct.
so this year should have been favorable. So this year deals with transitions, transitions perhaps in relationships, the home, the workplace. This is a time where things that you planted perhaps in the first personal year, they're starting to germinate. This is a time to be cool, calm, and collect. This is a time to just be gentle and persuasive. Be gentle when asking for stuff. Never demanding. Not in this cycle. And this is a time that she perhaps may have dealt with stuff in the home or in the family. 2 is also a beauty number, so I wouldn't be surprised if she did something to uplift her looks or
Mhm.
perhaps modify her home to be more beautified. Maybe
Mhm.
she did some interior designing. I wouldn't be surprised because she's a 2 person, or she did something with the hair, the makeup, what have you. Just had a new look.
Okay, that's good. I'm going to take this one because I have a question about this one. This is from Sky Blue. She says, "Can you do my daughter's, which is July the 7th of 2022?" So when she says her daughters, does that mean she have twins? Or if she has daughters born on the same day, it's impossible to be born in the same year. But be that as it may, I would say this: she has very strong-willed daughters, minds of their own, very, very individualistic. Love to ask a boatload of questions, so I know it is nonstop about mama this and mommy that, and why is this and why is that? Because the nature of a 7 is to go down that rabbit hole you were talking about. Okay, Richard. And as for her husband, so with her daughters, they are water signs with water numbers, so their intuitions and feelings run deep, and their key numbers would be the 7, the 2, and the 6. As for their dad or her husband, he is an earth sign with an earth number. So that's interesting. The daughters are water, water, and he's earth, earth. So I would imagine this gentleman should be very, very close to his daughters. But I'm kind of curious as to the year because if they were just born this year, and I don't know why, I think it might be a mistake, although it's because people were born on July 7th of this year. So, the only thing I can say is for her husband, he's a guy that's a very, very strong-willed, conservative, business-minded, very intense, things of that nature. And because of his intensity, you normally got to snap him out of it once his mind is focused on something. And his key numbers are the 8, the 6, and the 5. So I'm seeing the 6 with his one of his numbers. 6 is one of the daughter's numbers. So Sky Blue, maybe you might have a 6 energy, such as Taurus or Libra, are born on the 6th to 15th or the 24th yourself. All right. So let's go to this one. This is from Meaning Goddess. Melanie Goddess, excuse me. Her husband is born on, since you spoke about the 4, okay, my friend, here's a 4 for you. They are March the 4th of 72.
Okay, so she was born under the 8th destiny number. So she was born under the 8th grade of life. So meaning her assignment in this life is to be philosophical, authoritative, thorough, in charge, and be business oriented. Be about your business. Now, with her being the a 4 person, so she has the air number with a water sign. So how I would describe someone like her is someone who probably has trouble sleeping at night because she has a lot of thoughts circulating in her head. And because she has that water sign being under Pisces, she may be very intuitive, spiritual, emotional, sensitive. She can be so deep that she can finish the sentence of people that she's connected to or close to due to the connection.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a four person, because her numbers will be the 4, 1, and 3, if I had a model for her, and this is best quoted by the great Lloyd Strayhorn, if I had a model for her, it would be to know her is to love her. So fours are the odd and unusual, unconventional. They like to beat to their own drum. They're very deliberate and cautious. They have a sense of vision, accomplishment, and what have you. Fours seem to attract stuff out of left field. So, for example, and this is somebody's husband. So, back in his day, he could have attracted perhaps women in their 80s with the dentures popping out in wheelchairs. That's how left field this stuff could be. When it
You got jokes, Richard, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm sure Melanie Goddess is definitely going to ask when we hang up from this session. Go right ahead. Finish up, buddy.
But once again, fours are the type that don't think outside the box because to them they have no box. Fours are mechanically inclined, mathematically inclined. They would make good engineers. They would make good constructors because 4 is a foundational number.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, let me just verify the personal year that he's in. He's in a 4 personal year. So with us being in a 6 universal year and he being in a 4 personal year, it could have been a mixed bag year for him, like some blessings, then some challenges, or it could have just offset like just another year.
I got you.
So,
Okay. Well
so
put.
so the 4 year usually comes with odd and unusual. This is a time to make a plan. This is a time to go against the grain by paying yourself, then pay your bills. This is a time that stuff may just come out of left field, like a job may just come out of left field. You don't even have to interview. That's how out of left field, out unconventional that it may seem.
Okay.
Now with it being the last month of the year, he is going through a 7 personal month, which is getting away from the noise, getting away from the drama, getting away from the BS, perhaps fasting, looking for future direction, analyzing past motives. He may be dealing with people that were born under the 7th, the 16th, such as yourself, Mr. Strayhorn, or the 25th, or dealing with cancers throughout this month.
Okay, good. I'm going to take this one because this person made a donation. KB, your car agent, thank you very much. And she says, could we do hers and her son's? Well, it's interesting because you just finished reading the Pisces, and we have another Pisces, except this person is a water sign with a 5 number. So normally 3 as a date of birth. They are more career oriented than domestic oriented, particularly with the women. In other words, it's not that she didn't mind being maybe married, home, children, those kinds of things that women are looked for. But at the same time, she also wants to kind of find her way in the world. Okay. So she wouldn't just be sitting at home, even if you had a lot of money. Maybe that might be nowadays, I think, from what people are talking about. But I got a feeling, regardless of that, she would have a lot of get up and go and whatnot, also very popular. And as for her son is in her opposition sign. She is a Pisces, and the opposition sign astrologically is Virgo. Now, it doesn't mean that they can't get along or whatever the case is, but it just simply means that if there are times when, and I guess all children work their parents' nerves, which is why they start getting gray hair. But I would say in the main that you have a son that's very, very sensitive, very picky about his eating habits and his dietary laws, stuff of that nature, like to collect things. And because he is about 10 years old or something like that, I do believe that he is going to be finding his way, because at the age 7, you reach, for children, they reach the age of reason beginning from 7 to 14. And then they start reaching puberty. So in this case, her son, and because he is very intuitive and psychic, I would not dismiss some things or senses he get about a relative or sense about a situation or something of that nature. But he would be what is called a sweet kid, never have a problem finding a babysitter for him or whatever the case is like that. But your lucky numbers are the 3, 6, and 9. His numbers are the 2, the 7, and the 5. So since he has none of your numbers, KB, that means he must have the numbers associated closely to the father, being a Gemini or Virgo, or born on the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd, or under the sign of Cancer as well. So that's it. All righty. But thank you so much for the donation. Much, much appreciated. Okay. And let's see. Here we go. All right. This is Debbie Dinall. Debbie Dinall. What say you? She's born February the 11th, 1980.
So this is also a two-person. So her numbers would be the 2, 7, 1, and the 4. So her best day would be Monday, Sunday, and I would also give her Friday as well, 2, 7, and 6. Oh, excuse me, Friday as well as a complimentary. So she would be more receptive, more gentle, persuasive, more on the warming and welcoming side. She will have to watch out for her surroundings and people she surrounds herself to, because she has a water number. People might mistake her kindness for weakness, but because she has that water sign, I would not underestimate any water sign, because they can drown you. Don't get it twisted, because 2 rules over Cancer, and Cancers have those pincers. So let's get her personal number. February 11th, correct?
That is correct. 1990 at the bottom of your screen.
Got it. So she's in a 1 personal year, finishing out this year in a 1 personal year. So this is the year of a new start, new doors, just coming from the reset cycle. So she has a new start. So this is a time where she needed to put herself first, start planting the seeds for the next 9 years to get stuff manifested. This is a time to be creative and innovative, start striking out on her own, write out the plan, and watch it manifest. And as she's in that 1 personal year, she finishes off the last month of the year in a 4 personal month, which is the odd, unusual, unconventional, getting stuff organized, having a plan, and making sure your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. She might be dealing with those of Aquarius like yourself, or 4s like myself, being born under the 4, the 13th, the 22nd, or the 31st.
Okay, good enough. Good enough. Let's go to someone else. This is Eric. Eric, this person is born on your mother's birthday, I do believe, sir.
April 14th, but she is a 5. Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. I got so many birthdays in my head,
Yeah.
but go ahead. I think Colin Powell is born on this date, and a couple other famous people. But what would you say for EAPE or EAP Entertainment?
Gotcha. So this person is a 5. So they are an Aries. So their numbers would be the 5, 9, and 6. Their best day would be Wednesday, Tuesday, and Friday. Now, probably when they were younger, there were probably a lot of restrictions, limitations. Perhaps the family was working hard to make ends meet, or you just had those very strict parents that 8 o'clock bedtime, you got a 9 o'clock curfew, what have you. Now, with her being a 5 person, if I gave her a model, it would be to be free and unattached. They like their freedom. They like to be free spirits. Matter of fact, I would say their best friend is a luggage because they're always on the move. They like change. They like variety.
Yeah, okay, that
Good
makes sense.
communicators.
That makes sense. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
they're great communicators. They could make friends easily, but they need to be careful because everybody that smiles in your face is not your friend. So they need to be aware of, just like the two, who they befriend. And if they did like drink, have a drink or two, but don't overindulge. Be careful with your alcohol intake if you drink, and be careful of just romantic affairs as well. Now, let's see what personal year she is in. So she is in a 6 personal year. This should have been favorable to her. So this dictates duty, responsibility, things of the home, family. You might have heard of someone being pregnant. You might be a grandma or soon to be grandma, great aunt, what have you. This deals with perhaps a move. This deals with beauty. This is a health number. You might have thought about getting some exercise, getting some kickboxing in, or going to school. You might have graduated.
Hmm.
You might have done something with the hair. You might have found some pretty earrings, got some nice perfume. You might have been playing more music throughout this year. Had the Spotify and the Apple Play. You might have done something, some interior designing, what have you.
Hmm.
You might have been dealing with a lot of people born under the 6th, the 15th, the 24th, or those born under the zodiac sign of Libra or Taurus. Now, she will end this year in the personal month of the 9. So there might be some closures, something dealing with cutting ties. This is also a friendship number, something perhaps relating to friends. This is the month that she may have had to be more vocal, may have had to walk away or had to defend herself in some arguments. This is also a retirement number, getting away, doing some traveling, just getting away from the job or separating yourself from the job. This is the month to be more inspirational and have some dreams come into play.
Very good. Very good. I'm going to take this one because this is another donation. They says this is from Lisa Jones. Hello, can you read me and my daughter? Now, what is fascinating to me is this: that if you look at this, there are two extremes of birthdays. One is the mom, of course, the other is the daughter, yet their numbers are identical. Their planetary rulers are identical. So I would say, Lisa Jones, your daughter looked just like her mama. Okay. Here's what I'm saying. You happen to be born on the 29th of the month. Your daughter happens to be born on the 20th of the month. Well, 2 plus 9 is 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. We're not considering the master number factors right this second. And your daughter is 2 plus 0 is 2. So both y'all are twos, okay? 2 rules the feminine principle. Not only that, you're born under the constellation of Gemini, and she is born under the constellation of Virgo. So your key numbers, mommy, would be the 2, the 7, and the 5. Your daughter's numbers will be the 2, the 7, and the 5. So that means your best days are always on a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday, as well as your daughter's. And that means you and your daughter would do well at the same time in the months of May, June, July, September, and October. And both of y'all are psychic, which means right now she's, I think, about 8 years old. But the point is, as she gets bigger, she'll think about you. You get a call from her. You'll think about her. You'll get a call from her. So I mean, there's going to be a deep synergy between the both of you. Both of you are very finicky and fuss about your eating habits, dietary laws, call it what you will. So that would make all the sense in the world to me. But both of y'all need to embrace each other, since twos are touchy, feely, affectionate, and they normally appreciate hugs or words of appreciation and stuff like that. So anyway, I think it's nice. So that tells me, Lisa, you're definitely into your daughter's head. You can almost tell in advance. It might scare her when she starts dating and stuff, but you never know. That might be well worth the advice for her. All righty. And so, Lisa, thank you so much for the donation. Richard, this is clairvoyant. She is September the 21st of 86. What say you for her?
So this is a 3-person. I would give them the 3, 6, and the 9, because they have that Libra energy.
Okay.
So they have the creative numbers. So looking at her birth month, in her earlier childhood, she might have been dealing with impressionable and interesting personalities as she was younger. These were more perhaps emotional years, especially as she was younger. Now, with her being a 3-person, her best day would be Thursday, and her best month would be February going into March, November going into December. With her other numbers being the 6 and the 9, her best day would be Friday. And she's lucky because she gets actually six great months, while other people get 4, 5. Well, she gets like 6 good months.
Mm-hmm.
She will get April going into May, September going into October. Then she'll also get October going into November, and March going into April as her best months to get stuff started, do an interview, take a test, take an exam, move, what have you. Now,
Okay.
with her being a air sign with a fire number, so she is the type that is very active. She can get bored very easily. She needs to be on the move. She can't stay still. She needs to be on her feet. She may have a thing for sneakers because three rules the feet. So she may have had a thing for music. She may have had a thing for dancing, art, whether it's painting or doing hair. She would be good in areas such as government, religion, and art. Go figure.
Okay.
She
Good.
does. Threes don't like to be dictated to. They like to take control. They don't mind putting in the personal sacrifice to get a job done, because that fire energy, they're very passionate, very spiritual. They can stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning conversating because they're very sociable. They're very conscious. And with her having that Libra energy, she can be very flirtatious or like being flirted with as well. Very romantic, likes romance on the go. So perhaps having something unique or spontaneous, such as, hey, look, you want to go get some Mexican food? Let's go to Mexico and get some food.
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to take the next one for you, which is Samantha Hughes. She is the 5th of February, which means she's an air sign with an air number. Fives are normally bright, engaging. They come to the table with multiple talents, depending on which one they want to pick and choose from with the availability that they have. Fives are very changeable by nature, which is why variety is very important for them. To do the same old every day would be boring. Okay. And so with this person being an Aquarius and a five, their key numbers are the 5, 4, and 1. Their best days without exceptions are always on a Wednesday first, followed by a Sunday and a Monday. And they would tend to do well in the months of February, June, July, August, and September. And this year coming up, they will be entering a 5 personal year, because what you do to find the personal year, you take the month and day you were born and you add it to the present year. So right now, she's been in a 4 personal year for 2022 that we're beginning to wrap up. To be very honest with you, it's just a matter of weeks before this year's a wrap, as they say. So she's about to enter the 2023, but the fact that she's entering in that 5 personal year and she's born on the 5th day of the month is very auspicious, which is an astrological term that says she should do well under almost any circumstances, especially as long as she carries out her plans on Wednesday, Monday, Friday. Also on the dates of May, June, July, September, and October. This is likely to be well, and she should get into some kind of writing and stuff too. But it's going to be a life-changing experience for her. Alrighty, here we go. Richard, this says, nice peace and blessings. Hi, Lloyd. Thankful for 19 Keys having you on his show. Yes, thanks. Yeah. And in fact, he wants me to mentor something he's doing this week, I think. But anyway, she is born, Anaj. Sometimes I don't know whether male or female, but this person is born on the 13th of July. So what say you? It's another number 4 person.
Number 4 person.
Yeah.
So their destiny number is 1. So this is, you were born in the first grade of life. Your lesson is to be independent, be courageous, be inventive, innovating, creative, know how to strike on your own. Don't be scared to step on your or stand on your own 2 feet. That's your destiny number. And because you're born on the 13th, your numbers would be the 4, 1, 2, and 7. So your best day would be Sunday, Monday, then Wednesday. Your best month would be January going into February, June going into July. Then I would entertain May going into June as well. Now, with you being born under July 13th, July, perhaps when you're younger, your younger age perhaps was more spiritual. Your family was definitely religious oriented or very spiritual oriented. You might have had a lot of dreams, a lot of deja vus, a lot of stuff in the mysterious, the mystic that you probably didn't understand at the time. It just came and it was like, what was that about? It might have came to pass, or it was just too vivid, too real, or too lucid. Now, with you being a 4 person, you fall under that. People may mistake you for being odd and unusual, but you're unique in your own way. You have great intellectual qualities. You have a sense of purpose, vision, and accomplishments. You have structure. You could be studious, very disciplined, very down to earth in your own way. You may be thinking 3 years ahead of what you want to do or what you want to get out of life. Now, going into your personal year that you're finishing out, and once again, you are in a 8 personal year. So being in an 8 personal year represents you got the power, in other words, with material financial gains. This is a time that you may have had gotten the fattest tax return, the fattest bonus, or the biggest promotion or raise that you can think of. This is a number where you need to get some projects off the ground. This is a birth number. Now, this could be a physical birth or a spiritual birth, a birth of an idea, a birth of a plan, a birth to get something started, a rebirth. This is a time to probably look at some, or this should have been a time to look for some properties, get something started. And
Okay.
as you close out this year, you will close it out in the two personal month, which represents transitions perhaps in the workplace, home, or in a relationship.
All right, good. Richard, thanks. I'm going to take this one. This is Melanie only for two reasons. First of all, I think it's interesting. She said she was born in 1772. I'm sure she meant 1972. Okay. Yep. In fact, there it is right, right there. I'm going to say, okay, Melanie Harris, I want to know how you did that, girl.
You
Okay.
older than the United States.
Yes. But here's the thing. This person, Melanie, bless her soul, is an earth sign with an earth number. A couple of things that endear her to me. First of all, there's the movie that came out a couple of years ago called Hidden Figures, and it was based upon these black women that worked at NASA, and they were called computers because they use their minds, which should give you a tip off as to the importance of being learned, things of that nature. But the main character, Katherine Johnson, for which they named the building, for which he determined and actually created the whole race into space, was born on this day, August 26th. And not only that, my mom, that I love, was also born on this day. So I'm a little partial. That's why I says, oh, I got this one. Okay. That was it, Richard. But anyway, you are an earth sign with an earth number, Melanie. And earth people are normally practical. So when you look at it, you would be doubly practical because of your sign being earth and your number also being ruled by the element of earth. And eights are intense and loyal and faithful and determined. They tend to be misunderstood a little bit like number fours, but to know them is to love them, as I like to say, which in other words, sometimes you can't judge a book by its cover. You got to really kind of turn a couple of leaves to kind of say, or a couple of pages and say, okay, this is going to be a good book, not be thrown off by the initial beginning. Your most important numbers are the 8, the 6, and the 5. And you'll find that Saturday, Friday, and Wednesday in that order tend to be your best days. So the fact that she will be entering a year of 2023 she will be entering a 4 personal year. So that means a year where she can get everything in order, put all her ducks in a row, also reconnect with your past. But order is of the day. And at the same time, being frugal, pragmatic, conventional, and dealing with your needs more so than your wants. But those are your lucky numbers, the 8, the 6, and the 5. Okay, good enough. All right. Let's see. You want to take this person? Spiritual K.
Got
This
it.
829.
Got it. So it looked like she probably strive for authority based upon her being an August baby. She probably strive for authority and sought for tangible and material gains, perhaps early. She's rather young, but she probably worked hard, probably got supervisor, managerial positions, or she was probably that big sit. She's a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she probably was big sister and had to be in charge of the siblings, something of that nature, just being in authority at an early age. Now, her numbers would be the 2, 7, and the 5. So her best days would probably be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So she is a two person. So she is a water sign. So she is very intuitive, spiritual, emotional, very magnetic, artistic, just very warming, be receptive, be gentle, patient, persuasive as well. Water signs are definitely the type that would want to be very accommodating. They have a knack for cooking, beautification of the home. Your interior designers have a knack for computers as well. They're your actors, they're your musicians. So they know art very well.
Hmm.
Now, going into her personal year that she's finishing out, she is in a 7 personal year. This should have been a auspicious or a favorable year for her. So this should have been a year that should have been more magnetic. If she's single, this is not the time to be dating. It's okay to envision the type of relationship, the type of marriage that she wants, but this is more of a year to be by yourself, to just self reflect, self detox. This is not a relationship number for her. This is a number that she is strategizing future direction and analyzing past motives. This is a number that is the type that would unearth secrets about yourself and about others. This is a number that she probably sought out truth or found out about some truth. This is a number that she may have had some interest of traveling over a large body of water, especially to exotic places. This is a
Hmm.
number that she might have been more analytical, more into the mysterious, more behind a computer, more scientifically inclined. And this is a time that she should have been writing because she might have had some deja vus, dreams, lucid dreams, been more prophetic or psychic. So she should have definitely had some pen and paper throughout this year. And as she closes out this year, her ending personal month would be a 1. And this is a new start, new opportunities, being creative. And it will make more sense because getting ready for the new year, be more innovative, be more creative, put yourself first, get your new cycle started, so to say, because she will be transitioning to the 8 personal year next year. And that is the power. You got the power cycle, as I like to say.
And we're all going to be her best friend as a result.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let me take this one. This one is from Nubian Nigis Books. She Today is her birthday. She is calling from the UK. She's born the same day as Dr. Martin Luther King's father, on the 19th. That's his day. There was a famous judge here in New York called Bruce Wright. They call him Cut Him Loose Bruce because he would be one of the few at that time that would let brothers go without having to put them on bail to restrict them, because a lot of times they wasn't going to go anywhere, much less out the neighborhood. Anyway, it does indicate, in this case, Nubian, that you are a fire sign with a fire number. Fire represents symbolically people who take action, who are proactive, who take the initiative, who are your starters, who got this get up and going energy. So I know that in this case, you don't play. And in fact, I would say during your dating history, at some point, somebody may have accused you of trying to be bossy or tell them what to do or who do you think you are, not understanding that this birthday suggests you've always known what you want and will speak on it. Your key numbers are the 1, 4, and 3, by the way, which means Sunday, followed by Thursday. And Tuesdays are always your best dates. So Sunday, Thursday, then Tuesday. So STT. That would be important. And you tend to do better also in the months of March, April, August, and December. More than actually, it's February, March, April, August, and December. And it indicates you either wear glasses or recommended you wear glasses because the left eye is a little bit more sensitive than the right eye. So let's see who we go to next. I hate to put all these fours on you, but this one here is, I mean, it's just that I come to him as, you're a four, and Dominic Booth happens to be a four. What say you about her?
So she got that double air, like that double air. So
Yeah, yeah.
she's an air number with an air sign. So she has the intellectual qualities using logic, reason, and order rather than emotions. She could be the type that has a lot of head movies going on in her head. She's always thinking, just like the other caller, she could have trouble sleeping because she got a lot of thoughts circulating in her head. Her numbers would be the 4, 1, and 5, and her best days would be Sunday. I would give her Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Her best month would be January going into February. Then I would give her June going into July, May going into June, and August going into September. So fours, hey, I'm a four. We're the odd and unusual. We are the type. We can be moody. We can be stubborn. We we can be the type that has a sense of, because we believe in it so much, we may want to impose our beliefs on others, but we have to be careful of that. But we mean well. We're very studious. We're very disciplined. We're very honest. We're very trustworthy. So we tend to be loners by our choosing. We don't like too much noise. If someone wants to come pay a visit, they have to make a schedule, because otherwise you ain't answering the door or you turn them away. They like their peace. They like their own best company, similar to a 7. So let's see what personal year you're in. She is in a 2 personal year. She is in a transition year. This is perhaps a year that she's dealing with those born under the 2nd, the 7th, the 11th, 16th, 20th, or the 25th. Or she may be dealing with cancers in this year. This is a time of transitions, perhaps in the home, in a relationship, or in the workplace. This is a time to be more cool, calm, and collect. Just be gentle. This is stuff where plans perhaps you had in the last year are starting to germinate, starting to grow its roots. This is a time where things may be more transitory, like especially you might have moved out or you're moving in, like to perhaps a new a new start, or perhaps in a new home, a new workplace. This is this is a time to just be more cooperative. Work, if you are spoken for, just be a team player. Be be a patient companion. Just be the right hand. Let's be side by side. Don't be behind me. Don't be in front of me. Let's be side by side.
Very
And
good.
you complete this, and the personal month that you'll be in is a 5 for this year, and that is the month of freedom. Free and unattached, be a free spirit, be a free bird, changes, variety, movement. Things are probably moving fast. You're on the go. Where's Miss Dominique? Oh, she gone. Well, she ain't here right now. Try
Yeah.
next month.
Well, here I'm going to take this one. This is Jamie Conrad, and I got to thank my moderator, where by not knowing whether male or female, because evidently either one I read or you read was a male, and so the suggestion was just stick by the name. So Jamie, okay. So we and that way we'll put it like that, and I'll try to keep it neutral. But Jamie is a person who is an air sign, excuse me, a fire sign with an air number, and it means bright, engaging, intelligent, young when they, old when they were young when they get older. That is normally the formula mathematically looking at this particular birthday. 5 people in the case of Jamie are normally kind of like all around, all kind of purposes. They work well under pressure, and they like to do a variety of things for the most part. And they would, and one of the attributes of 5s, and then especially Leos, they love to travel to all kinds of places and things of that nature. But they work well under pressure. They don't like people where they got to repeat themselves often. So please pay attention if you're dealing with a 5 person. And their most important numbers are the 5, 1, and 4, while Wednesday, along with Sunday and Monday in a minor way, are their best days. And they will find that they get along very well in February, June, July, August, and the month of September. So we don't have much time, Richard. So we're going to have to keep a couple of them short. But let's go to the banner first. How can people get in touch with you, Richard?
The best method is follow me on Instagram. What's your underscore, because there's 2 underscores, your underscore number underscore. That is the best way to get a hold of me, because I stay active. I stay posting stories on Instagram regarding the numbers and cycles.
Hold on. I see here I got 1 underscore when it should be what? 2 underscores?
Correct.
2 underscores? Numbers?
Yes.
2 underscores?
Yes.
My bad. So we'll get that straight.
No problem.
Getting that out. So in the meantime, tell them how else can they get in touch with you, please.
Once again, Instagram.
Don't you have a phone number?
Yes, I do have the phone number. It was presented on the banner. If you can bring that back up.
As soon as I do this other underscore, yeah. Let me do this a second. And there we go. I think this is it. All right, let me just save it. Put it back on the screen. There you go. Okay, Richard. There we go. Double underscore. All right, underscore.
Yes. And that is my contact. If anybody wants a consultation, 1-800-313-0866. If you want a consultation to see what's in store for you, you don't want to be in that category that you wish you knew then what you know now, reach out to me. We can get something set up. Otherwise, I'm very active on Instagram, trying to start a new way of doing the numbers. So I'm going into a venture of applying news with numerology. So current events such as, for example, Brittany Griner being released from Russia. I want to do like journalism, but incorporate the numbers. So
what is her birthday, by the way? Do you know?
October 18th.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
That makes sense.
So
okay.
I want to incorporate the numbers and see how her events, for example, apply to her. With it being a 9, I believe it was a 9 personal month for her this year. Or was it the 6? I know it was one of her favorable numbers. Oh, it was actually a 7, excuse me. So she was dealing with somewhat of a challenge. And I believe she was released in November. She was released in November, which was
I thought it was this month of December, no?
Or was it December? Okay, so if it was in December, then she was in a one personal month. So new start, new beginning, new opportunities.
Okay, good.
So
well, what we're going to do, I'm going to read this one last person, then you, sir, are going to read one last person yourself. And this person, where is she? Because she made a donation. Her name is Crystal C. She's born on the 6th of February, which means she's air and earth, meaning she's an Aquarius 6 person. And it simply means the way she does things, especially as it relates to the home, beauty, her personal appearance is normally uniquely different since she's under the constellation of Aquarius. Her key numbers are the 6, the 2, and the 7. Mondays and Fridays normally, actually it's Friday first, followed by Monday. That's normally her best days. And she tends to do well in the months of like March and May, July, followed by October in particular. She's also good at reading people very, very well. This year that we're wrapping up for 2022, she's been in a 5 personal year for this month, this year, this left of it for 2022. But the nice thing, right around the corner, since 7 is one of her numbers, and she will be in a 6 year that matches her birthday. So I would say she's on a mission to lose weight, change her hair, rearrange the home, back to school, whatever the case is. But it's about being of service to herself, to humanity, as well as the community also. So we're going to take one more, and then we're going to have to go. Let's see, who is it going to be? We did this. Okay, Barbara Mann. October 1st. What happened?
I remember her.
You do?
Yes.
Okay.
You
still want to read it out?
Yeah. She's a regular. So
and we do have some regulars, and I'm very appreciative for the regulars too. Okay. So what say you? We just have a minute to wrap it up, and then we got to go.
I say for her, fate brings us back together. She was on my last show, but her numbers
really interesting. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. So her numbers would be the 1, 4, and 5. So she has a fire number with a air sign. So she's very energetic, very passionate, very thorough, and very active in what she wants. She's very, very determined. With that air quality, she has a lot of logic, reason, or order, along with being very calculating, thinking outside the box. With her being in a 8 personal year, this should have been a very huge month in monetary and financial gains, tangibles. This should have been a turnaround, a bounce, bounce back year for her. Perhaps once again, like a fat tax return, maybe employment, birthing out projects, starting businesses, getting a home. This is also a number where she might have had a sense of justice, building herself up. And as she ends this year in a 2 personal month, this is a month of transitioning, perhaps transitions in the workplace, the home, relationship, and it transitions well because she will be in a 9 personal year in this upcoming year, and this will be fulfillments, completions, closures.
Okay, that sounds good. Richard, I want to thank you very, very much. And let me say this too. Richard, I met Richard through his mom, and we became good buddies, and we were teaching. This is a first for him. So if he sounds a little nervous, give the brother some time. We all got to start somewhere. Now, I doubt very seriously we all come out the gate like we troopers or the professionals and whatnot. So with Richard, and in fact, I asked him could he come on to do this. So I mean, we all got to start somewhere because I was given an opportunity with no strings attached that changed my life. So this is why I normally don't challenge people about their background, but if there's something that they love, something that they can bring to the viewers to kind of raise their awareness and whatnot. And believe me or not, Richard is very, very good because I wouldn't have asked him to get on the show, and I definitely wouldn't have embarrassed him like that. But he is very, very good. And let me give you his banner one more time, please, so you can do this. This is how you get in. Whoops, hold on. Where we go? Okay, that's weird. Okay, it normally would. Okay. Okay, there's mine. Now where's his? There we go. Okay, so this is Richard Woods. He is a numerologist. His contact number is 1-800-313-0866. His email is fernpineservices@gmail. He is on Instagram. What's _your _number _ Twitter. It's your number 16. And by the way, his Cash App, please, is Ricky $RICKY 1286. Would that be correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. And his Venmo is Rich-Woods-4. Would that be correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Richard, I want to thank you very, very much for joining us. If you can sit tight 1 second, I just want to remind people of a couple of things. And then let me see something here. Then I'll be right back to you. Okay, buddy?
Okay.
So anyway, I want to thank everybody for those that made the donations and whatnot. I didn't get to everybody, but I tried to bring them on to acknowledge at some point later on. I do want to let you know in closing, a couple of things are going on that today is the last day my online course is on sale. They have it regularly, but they said today is the last day. In other words, you got about maybe 6-7 hours before you go. But sign up for all the courses and own them, okay? And do yourself that kind of favor. You go to lloyd-strayhorn.com to sign on. So for anybody new, that's LLOYD-Strayhorn, STRAYHORN. And I'm very proud of the newest addition to the Learn from Lloyd series, the do's and don'ts of numerology, co-created with one of the best numerologists or astronumerologists, Jackie Levine. And she's also an excellent cardologist too. I mean, amazing. That's all I can say. Please sign up for the free monthly newsletter. Okay, December. Yes, we have got just maybe, what's this, the 19th, 29 days to go. And in fact, 10 days from now, Mercury goes retrograde for the last time this year. So when I have Kalia Washington on Wednesday, who's the astrologer, I'm going to be asking about those aspects and things of that nature, okay? And for the people that promote my website, they says, please put this up. I says, okay, help me reach 10,000. I'm really not looking for the subscribers, or because again, when I read my forecast today, I keep forgetting to say, please like, share, and subscribe. That shows you where my focus is, okay? But please like, please share, please subscribe. Please let us get to 10,000 so the ladies can be very happy. I can keep it moving, all right? And it will be great. So everybody, I want to thank you very, very much. And I do want to thank my special guest again, Richard. Richard, what part of California are you in, buddy?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. All right. I need to get a trip out there. But anyway, thank you so much, Richard. And all the best to Mom. Please give her my best. Happy holidays to her and you and all those other things, okay?
Likewise.
So, okay, everybody, I want to thank you. Don't forget, I'll see you Wednesday the 21st with my guest, astrologer Kalia Washington. And she's going to take us out. And then I'll have some more guests before we really wrap the year up, okay? But in the meantime, though, I figured this would be a week for the numbers, a week for the stars, and we'll see what happens, okay? Everybody, I want to thank you very, very much. All of you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you on Wednesday.